We should be live. I think we're live.
Mic
Sam,
check.
are we live?
Mic check. Mic check. This is a...
Oh, just got the notification on the YouTube.
Oh, for me? This for myself? Oh, there I am. It worked.
Fantastic.
What
Sam.
time did you get here?
7:30? Yeah, something like that.
I don't like hearing myself twice.
That'll go away. We've got our producers in the background checking our
Yes.
audio.
These mics are incredible.
We're
There.
good on Facebook, Sam?
Yep.
I haven't gotten a notification yet. Tap 1, 2.
Tap. How's the waving? Waving's good.
You don't think we're live on Facebook?
Oh, no, you are.
Especially in the cars.
Okay, cool.
Waving's very quick.
Hold on. Can't see anything.
Anybody that's watching right now, just bear with us for a minute. This is literally our first run at this.
I am backing it.
No, pull it towards you.
I am. Pulling it.
There's people watching.
There is.
I mean,
Please bear with us momentarily.
We-
Everyone on the airplane should be
This
in
has
comfort
been,
mode.
This has been a
Seatbelt
struggle.
light is on. Seatbelt light is on.
sounds great. Looks great. Let's get rolling.
All right, just waiting for Joe.
I'm just sharing the thing.
Oh.
You can start talking anytime.
I was trying to minimize that screen. Was this the chat screen? I was trying to just see if you could see my vehicles. See my vehicles? Oh, we're getting close.
I don't know what that is.
There we go. Oh,
How's that?
there we go.
Perfect.
This is my garage.
Well, two of them. Well, one of them, maybe. I don't know.
No, just one. Okay. All right. This is Y2K Podcast Uno. I am Block A. This is Joe.
I'm Joe A.
Joe is the residential photographer.
I don't know what I do anymore.
Joe's the company's computer guy. See that on Saturday
I'm
Night
Nick
Live?
Burns.
Hi, friends. Is this on Twitch?
Oh, look at that. The
Wow.
Facebook comments are working.
Oh. We have comments? Sorry.
Fantastic. That's a
The
dream,
Dream
garage.
Garage.
Hey, Brian, what's up, man?
Hey, man. This is a dry run. Dry run. What does a dry run mean exactly?
Well, there's a lot of context there,
Yeah,
Blake.
dry run. Yeah, so this is the garage I've had since I was 5 years old.
Hello, Larlar.
5 years old. There you go.
You've had all of those since you were 5 years old.
Correct. And John Williams actually sat on this McLaren and he broke the side view mirror off of it. I can't make that up. And then I had to pop the wheel back into place and it worked again. I was very sad because this was my favorite. I don't know, it was my favorite car. This is probably my favorite.
Hey, what's up, Steve? The McLaren is?
Yeah.
Not the...
No, this was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But I was mad because, as you can see, this is broken.
That's fine. It's aerodynamics, right?
This wiper's a little messed up. That's okay. Anyways, welcome to the show. My
We
name
don't
is
know what we're
Blake.
doing. My name's
And
Joe. We
this
like
is
cars.
Joe. We like cars from the 90s and 2000s. And
It's the only
yeah,
cars I like, really. At this
it's the only
point in
cars we
life.
like. And so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna ask Joe because
I'm terrified of whatever you're
I
going
was
to ask me. I'm trying to do some like, social stuff real quick to
No.
get us out there. If you're watching the video, please feel free to share.
so I've been listening to the Chris Harris podcast, Collecting Cars, as Joe.
Highly recommend.
If you haven't started to listen to it, you should do it.
It's a great podcast.
It is a great podcast, and
Not
I
as
was
good as ours, but it's up
really
there.
sad because Chris Harris had one of the best YouTube channels ever, and then he halted it.
Went too corporate.
He went to Top Gear because that's what pays money, and I understand.
They had to do something.
He had to do something. So, anyways, it's a great podcast, and he starts it off by saying, "What have you done this week, Joe?"
What have I done this week?
This week?
This week, I went to work in my software job, and then
Which is a car-related software job,
it is.
correct? We won't say who you
I
work
don't know
for.
if I can actually talk about it.
We
but
won't say who you work for, but it's a car-related software dealership job. That's what
Yeah,
we can say.
exactly.
There we go.
I deal in the automotive industry.
The
every day.
generation of leads of people who click on AutoTrader and put in information, and then people call them.
Exactly.
with that information.
However, after that, I have a video game store that I own. Which, Brian, there's some stuff in the mail for you right now. You should be getting very shortly. And also, I'm about to open a bar that's also an arcade. So I've been working on that.
Correct.
Pretty much all week, every night. I'm very tired.
Joe's been, he's got a lot of paid time off currently.
Yeah.
And he's been doing 4-day weekends.
Yeah, it's nice.
Work weekends.
But you know what I'm doing on those 4-day weekends?
Working.
I've been editing photos for you.
Yeah, we did have an event. I'm not done with what you've done this week. Have you anything else you've done this week? Got new tires for your truck, but haven't installed them.
I did get new tires for the truck.
Is it Y2K approved? What year is it? 2004?
2006.
Oh, Y2K approved.
Yeah, 2006.
For those of you who are curious, the Y2K era is from 1990 to 2009. And for some of you who think it's a weird year range, you just don't understand that car type. Okay? That's all I have to say.
I mean,
you have to know.
let's be
If
honest.
you don't know, you don't know.
That's kind of the time frame we were in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
Probably
Middle
when we
school to
loved
high
cars the
school
most.
and college.
Yeah.
For me. Joe is a very smart person. He didn't need to go to college.
Exactly.
Which is great for him. I went to college for no reason. So that's fine.
It's okay.
That's the truth. It's a true story.
It's fine.
So that's what Joe's done this week.
Steve, that is going to happen. We're going to call that Carcade.
Car meets at the rad. Oh, yep. Car meets at the bar.
What did you do this week?
So well, I'm going to include the weekend because
That's cheating.
Well, I have to because it's a better story. So we hosted Want to Go Fast, which is not Y2K related, but it is because we had a Y2K car show.
It was the best car
It was the
show.
best 9-car show we've ever had.
Only 7 of the cars counted.
7 of the cars counted because 2 new cars parked there for whatever reason. And but that's what they wanted.
I blame
to
the
do.
front gate.
So they wanted. Yeah, we blamed the people at the front gate. But we had a great drag race event.
We did.
Probably
it was
like
fun.
200 cars on Saturday or Sunday. Sorry, Saturday got rained out, unfortunately. And Saturday Y2K car show got moved to Sunday, which definitely hurt the turnout. But we're working. We're very close on a Y2K event standalone. And I'm going to go ahead and just say right now it's going to be the most amazing thing anyone's ever seen in their life that likes cars from 90s.
I mean,
and
there's
2000s.
going to be cars. There's going to be music.
There's going to be a lot of things.
There's going to be food.
There's going to be a lot of things. I'm going all out. Going all out, people.
We might
Okay.
even have a dodgeball tournament.
Could have a dodgeball tournament. Could have a Blockbuster membership competition with who has their Blockbuster card still at this current time. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have one.
Put it
stashed
into a
somewhere.
raffle. Might win something. Never know.
So wait, do we get to
Could
collect
win
all
a
the
ride in a
cars?
Diablo around a course of road. Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
If you could win a ride in any car,
With me driving.
if you could win a ride in any car that you wanted to, what car would you want to ride in?
Win a ride? Probably. Win a ride? Probably McLaren F1. I mean, it's sitting right here. If I could just win a ride in a car, that would
Who
be
would be
it.
the driver?
Who would be the driver? I'm going to say maybe Chris Harris, actually.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because he, likes cars, but he also drives cars. He's like a lot of race car drivers that I've learned and met over the years, except for like a couple, don't actually like cars. They just like to drive a piece of machinery.
I think Chris Harris just wants to hammer it.
Yeah, so I would appreciate, because we could talk about the car and then drive the car.
Exactly.
And he would drift the shit out of it, which I'm
I
sorry.
mean, that's
Sorry, pardon my French, but he would drift it nicely.
it happens. It's a little late. We're tired.
So,
Brian and Steve, we cannot comment on the location.
We cannot.
of said event yet.
but it's going to be the dopest thing anybody's ever seen.
It'll be fun.
Yes, it will be.
Queen Latifah's gonna
Yeah,
be there.
Queen Latifah. It's not near Fort Walton, I will say that. It's not near Fort
Yeah.
Walton.
But it's within a decent distance.
So I did that this week, and we did, however, get to see a C4 ZR1 in pristine condition
That car was beautiful.
and a really nice GS300. Or 4, was it 4?
I think it was a 400.
Okay, 400 V8.
That actually won flyest ride
It did.
out of all the Y2K cars. that showed up.
C4 ZR1
All 7
won
of them.
Best American Story. So we named the awards for Y2K after like pop MTV choice, like
It
People's
was.
Choice.
Yeah, it was.
We named it after like a movie thing, like MTV Music or Movie Awards and made that the categories for the classes. That's what we did.
Yeah, I think Best American Story was the ZR1.
Yep.
Flyest Ride was the GS. Best Dressed was actually a
Mustang.
New Edge Mustang.
04 V8.
Yeah, something like it was actually V8. It was surprising.
It was blurple.
It was, but she painted the front end to look like it had hit a bunch of people, like
crowd
a crowd
control.
and then it said crowd control across the
So
top.
we gave her best dressed because the car was the best dressed.
It's pretty good. It's not
It
bad.
was very cliche, but amazing.
Not bad.
Can
Can barely hear you guys.
barely hear me?
Sam,
How
can
about
you
now?
give me a
How
check?
about now? Check, check, check. Oh, I can hear myself well on the phone.
Dave, you might need to turn your stuff up.
You need to turn your volume
Turn your volume up. Yep. Joe assured me these are some of the best mics you can buy.
They are. They're up there.
Also, the best foreign film was an E36 convertible hardtop.
Yeah, it was a 325i. I talked to the owner for a little bit. It's got a tune and some other stuff. Probably a fun car to drive.
Yep. And then what was the other? The People's Choice was a Civic, like a like a 90s, late 90s Civic.
I don't think it was an EX. It looked like a DX.
No, with the
And,
turbo.
yeah,
Turbocharged.
little decent turbo.
Yeah. Turbo special.
He definitely put the wrench time into it.
Was it the D series still?
It was. It looked
Okay,
like a
still
D15.
D-series. Honorable mentions were the C5 Z06. Red.
The ultimate honorable mention didn't even enter the show. It was a
Oh,
freaking
FD.
three-rotor RX-7.
Yeah, 20B RX-7, amazing. But some guy came in with an FD RX-7 and then didn't stay for the judging of the show. Older dude.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like kind of graphicked out with pinstripes. It was very, very Why2k approved. I think he knew the guy in the 20B, so that's why
That
he went
FC
over there.
The white FC
There's a white FC
was
turbo.
incredible.
If you look up FC3S at FC3S on Instagram,
I think it's FC3S bin.
yeah, something like that, then you will know what we're talking. He has like 20.
They have a
20?
warehouse full of
It's a lot.
RX-7s.
We need to do an episode there. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
We'll head down there.
So I did that. That's pretty much what I did. And then I doing some real estate stuff, which isn't exciting for anyone interested in cars.
What's up, Parker?
Oh, Parker?
Yeah, Parker's
There he
here.
is. The CDI E320. No, E300. Is it E300 CDI?
I think so.
320. You can
I think
correct
so.
us. So yeah. So that's what I did. And then other than that, I've been working real hard on the Y2K car show this week, though. I have a contract in my email box to review.
Man.
It's that close. It's that close. E320. See, Parker's been with us on a few cruises. He has a diesel E-Series Mercedes. How many miles are on it, Parker? You can comment in there. I'll comment when you comment back.
Parker was there that day that we rode in the Diablo with no
Oh,
AC all
when
the
we
way
boiled?
to Navarre. It was
Yeah.
90 degrees outside.
So now that we've gotten out what we've done for the week, okay, we've done for the week, we can just kind of talk about cars a little bit, I guess. Talk about cars. We have some cars here in front of us that I've owned for a long time. These are all one-owner clean Carfax vehicles right here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Parker's car has 235,000 miles.
I think his whole family is like diesel Mercedes owners, or at least Mercedes owners, if I remember correctly. They actually live next to my parents. So I put these cars on here because I've had them for a very long time. This is a Diablo Jota, which is very rare. This is a 348 TS, and this is a McLaren F1, as many of you know. So I've had these for
Tell
quite
us
some
about
time.
those cars.
They're great cars. You know, this is what inspired me to start Y2K. When I looked back on all the little cars that I've had, which I have probably 30 or 40 of these cars, I said, this is what I'm very interested in at this current point in time. You know, I've seen a lot of new cars, and I love new cars, but I really like old cars. Specifically 90s and 2000s cars. Not like super old, but, you know, right, kind of modern enough to use.
So you like
But
fuel
not-
injection.
Yeah, I like fuel injection. You don't have to clean carburetor. So yeah, I like these kind of cars because they're manual, but they have like things that work, like air conditioning and stuff like that. But they're basic, so it's kind of like a good in between like too modern and not modern at all. I think it's a good medium, and it's also what we grew up reading on car magazines, people.
Yeah,
Car
exactly.
magazines, okay? not videos. Yeah, book fair posters. Anyone who had a book fair poster of this
I've actually got 2 brand new book fair
with
posters
the
at
smoke
my house right now.
emitting? I saw.
I found the name of
Yeah.
that photographer that shot all of those, and I need to look it up again because I bought 2 of his posters
Yeah.
recently on eBay.
Where did they get the smoke from on the pictures? If I wanted-
A smoke machine?
That's a lot of smoke. Have you seen the original RT10 Viper with the smoke poster?
Of course.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And, when you were a kid, I'm going to say this because, now that I've bought a car that I've always wanted,
Todd had one of those posters.
Yeah.
I know he did.
it was probably more exciting to buy the poster of this car than it was to actually buy this car. And I don't know why. I think it's just like a fantasy reality thing. It just wasn't real. But it was more exciting, So we're trying to get the excitement back in life, okay?
Yeah,
That's what
because you would
that's
read
what we're
about
doing.
these shootouts in like Motor Trend and Car and Driver, and it was like,
Well-written articles had
Yeah.
to lead to the imagination of, because you couldn't watch the car drive.
and they'd be like, oh, we've got a Jaguar XJR versus a Diablo VT 6.0.
Prowler poster, fantastic.
Oh, yes, the Prowler is
Yep.
the epitome of Why2k.
But does it have the matching trailer?
That's good. That's good.
Yes, the matching trailer. And
Parker, that's insane.
what is
He said he had a car
E300.
before his other one.
440,000 miles. Hey, what's that one? If you drive 1,000,000 miles, you get a free one.
It's a Volvo.
I thought it was a Mercedes, though.
I think it's Volvo.
No, I think it is a Mercedes. Testarossa poster. Yes.
I have one at my house right now.
So this is a 348 TS, aka the 996 of Ferraris that everybody hates.
Are you sure the
People hate this
996
car.
isn't the Mundial?
People hate this car. You know what? I didn't hate it. Thought it was great. I think 348s are great. It's basically a rebodied Mundial, and I like Mundials. So
Mundials are,
sin of a woman, Mundial. I like cars in movies.
when you get home after work,
Yeah.
and sometimes you want like crappy Chinese food, like you just want to go down to Jin Jin, get
Yeah.
some like sweet and sour
Correct.
chicken. The Mundial is the crappy Chinese food of Ferraris.
It is. But
I
it
love it.
sounds like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Drives like a Ferrari, but it's just not as fast as like most Ferraris, I guess, would be.
You tried to buy a 99 Prowler Saturday at an auction, but no dice.
Oh my God. Hey, Heath actually called me today on accident to talk to me about buying a C8. I'm not Heath. He'll confirm this. He did. He did actually call me today about buying a C8, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's the wrong number. Hi.
Hello, Cheyenne.
Hi, Layla's niece. Oh, Cheyenne. It's Uncle Olaf.
Olaf.
Yeah, I'm
You're
Uncle
Olaf?
Olaf to Cheyenne. My little niece is on here watching.
Fantastic.
Anyways, yeah, Heath called me and he was like, "Hey, your C8 transfer." I don't know what he was talking about, but it was pretty funny.
Oh, he confirms.
He said yes. Yeah. Hilarious.
But I think that, like, going back to the car magazine thing, there's some well-written articles now, but they're so short and sweet
Yeah.
that you don't get enough.
Yeah.
And Car and Driver and Motor Trend would do these
Yeah.
issue articles of, like, find out next month who wins our car of the year.
Yeah, and you had to
shootout.
wait a month for the next story. You didn't just get
And
it.
it was
now.
ridiculous
You
stuff.
didn't go
It was
search Diablo.
360
and get,
Modinas versus Diablo
Yeah.
VT 6.0s and,
Yeah.
like,
amazing stuff.
XJRs and,
I mean, I'll remember vividly like the Yellowbird
yeah.
rough CTR.
Yeah.
And then like the Top Speed Challenge. Remember they do the Top Speed
Oh,
Challenge? The
you know-
Hennessy Viper.
Or the Lagenfelter C5, the twin turbo one.
Yeah. I mean, I know not all of you guys like Hennessy. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand.
It's whatever. It's, car
It's
stuff.
we're not here to talk about that, but I do know the Hennessy Viper always won, pretty much like every time.
Yeah,
right?
it was up there.
Yeah.
It was up there.
But it was like 993 rough or CTR back in the day.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like 360, 512 TR. I don't think 348 was ever really in that, but like 550 Maranello was definitely
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
part of it. Like 996.
When did the
turbo.
575 Maranello come out?
I think that was early 2000s because it was
Okay.
after the 550.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was like the massaged better 550 Maranello, I believe.
It was better than all of them.
No, I don't. Tell me.
The Shelby Series 1.
That was a good
Superstars.
car. That was a good car. I like that car.
In actuality, I would say that probably the 99 VR4 spanks all of those cars.
I don't like the Spider as much as you do.
The Spider's good
It's
because
probably
it's
horrible
weird.
to drive.
The Spider's cool because it wasn't actually made by Mitsubishi.
Oh, it's an aftermarket.
Well, sort of. It was a dealer option,
Mm-hmm.
and Mitsubishi contracted a company in California to turn them into convertibles, or something along those lines.
So it was only for dumb Americans.
It was a freaking hardtop convertible, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, active
Weighed
aero,
4,000?
twin-turbo V6 rocket.
Weighed 4,000 pounds probably.
Who cares?
Which is really, that's like 6,000 pounds.
Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. I like the non-convertible.
I like them all.
I think if I just wanted to be an idiot, I'd probably buy the Spider.
I just like terrible.
Joe likes the worst.
I do.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah. Agreed. I agree. Yeah, so this is my cars. I've actually successfully owned this car. I have maybe owned one of these, but I can't say.
Would you call yourself a self-indulgent winner?
Yes, I would. Champagne would fall. I would like to slightly discuss the fact that the 996 I built
Is for sale?
is for sale. 99 Carrera 3.4 with cable throttle body, the only year of cable throttle body 996.
So we're talking the most bulletproof.
And also has dual row IMS bearing for all you people that say, oh, 996s have IMS problems. Not true. Okay. 99's dual row bearing. Not near as many failures. And blown out of proportion in general.
Didn't the
I would say.
997 also have IMS
Yes,
failures?
it did.
Okay, so I would expect that the
Hadn't
later years
had
were
it
worse.
until the DFI motor, which was
Nate, you're
I think
the worst.
2009. I think 2009. I want to say it was the direct injection is when they ditched
Yeah,
it.
I think so.
But it got bad because actually in the later 997s, I think it was an unserviceable issue. Like there was no fix for it. Just I want to say there was something weird like that.
How many people do you think preemptively did the IMS fix when it was very expensive? Just because they heard of like, oh, Bob down the road had an IMS fix.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people did it, and I'm sure LN Engineering is very happy with the business they received off of the forums, off of the 1% of people with the failures.
Good job, Porsche forums.
They're excited.
Good job.
They're excited
Drive
about
that
it.
business.
Yeah. So that car's for sale. I pretty much did every possible thing you could do to
That's a
a
good
996. I did everything. I
I
did
only drove it
suspension.
stock.
Yeah.
It was fun then.
Yeah, I did a lot of things. Suspension. I took the engine, did clutch, did every possible OEM item, and it was a good car. It was a really good car. It drove really well, and I've driven a 993, and it does drive better. It does drive better than 993 in every way,
That doesn't surprise me.
and it sounds better too. I don't understand. I get people like air-cooled cars, but I don't think they sound as good as the water-cooled. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Unless
Devin-
it's like an outlaw car or something.
Devin, we're making them up as much as German engineers. Is the exhaust done on the Diablo?
It is done. We thought it had a motor mount problem, which it might, but we have to pull the entire engine to do the motor mount, so we're not going to do that until the clutch goes out.
This is why I like Japanese cars.
Yeah. I think the left side of the motor is a little bit lower than the right.
I mean, that might be intentional. That's not a
Could be.
bug. That's a feature.
It could be just they had too many glasses of wine that day, and that's just how they did the car.
Italian engineering.
Yeah.
Why not?
But it is done. It does fit. We are waiting. It was going to be done Friday, or no, Saturday, but the Freon line has a leak.
Oh, the
So,
AC is also getting
It's
fixed.
now at a AC shop. The line of the car is at the AC shop, not the whole car. And it's being repaired. It'll be done tomorrow. Done tomorrow. Oh, is that low ball? What is this?
Oh, Nate's got an RX-8.
Oh, I had one of those.
Nate, you should sell me that RX-8 for very, very cheap. Do I hear booze from the peanut gallery? Huh.
Yeah, Parker. But everything's going to be perfect. I fixed the AC just in time for the cold weather to come in, which is the best time.
I mean, absolutely. Who doesn't want chilly AC on a wintry day?
who doesn't? It's going to be great.
So stupid.
It's going to be the best. Only the best for the Lamborghini. But anyways, so the 996 is perfect. I bought the car to go on the track, and I never took it on the track because I started to research more about other issues it could have, like oil baffle problems and stuff. And I actually had paralysis by analysis. Okay. True story. So I never took it on the track, and I sold it. But I also at that time got the 991.1 GT3, which Joe loathed.
Terrible car. Terrible car.
And after about 6 months, I didn't like it either because it was PDK and it was boring.
Heath said my girl had an RX-8 when I met her, made her trade it for an SRT AG.
I had an RX-8 brand new in 2004. And it was a piece of crap.
They handled
It
well.
drove great.
I'm sure.
The AC knob started falling off at about 28,000 miles. And the rear main seal went out at 28,000 miles. And it burned about 2 quarts of oil every 2 weeks.
It's intended to.
It
It's
got
supposed to.
14 miles to the gallon. It was slower than my RSX Type S. But it was real. The only saving grace of that car was the chassis. That was it. There was nothing else that was good about it.
You know, we could buy Nate's RX-8, and I've got this really sweet motor in my storage unit right now with a big single turbo on it.
Yeah, could put that
Be
in.
great.
It'd be a lot more reliable.
Perfect.
But don't those motors grenade at like 80 to 100,000?
They can.
Yeah.
I think anything's fine with maintenance. That's the problem.
It was probably one of the best handling cars I've ever owned. Like out of everything, it was probably one of the best handling cars. From my recollection of, I was 17 or 18 years old.
You need to drive one today. Nate, we're taking your car. We're gonna
Yeah,
borrow
we
it.
need to borrow it for review. And it also like to 7,500 RPMs, it would pull pretty strong, and then it had a flat spot to 9,000, which was really weird.
No, Brian, no LS here. 2J only.
LS swap, I'm not a big fan of. Sorry, Brian.
I think it's fine.
Did I have to rev or shutting off? She got it. Nah. Oh, I did not have to rev. I'd never revved it before shutting
Okay,
off.
so I
I
think
read
that's
about that.
actually a rumor that went through the rotary forums. Because
Well, it's like a flooding the motor problem or something. Even when I bought it new, they told me to rev it up a
I
little
think that's garbage. I don't think that's
I
a
want
real
to say
thing.
maybe dumb high school Blake probably did rev it up before he turned it off,
course
but I
he
don't
did.
think I did like all
Probably
the time.
revved it up to get the
I definitely would
exhaust
rev
unit
it to 9 and
flow
let it sit on the limiter just because I knew it could go to like 14,000, so we weren't even close to pushing the envelope
Yeah,
on it.
I mean,
That was fine. They ran a 9.4 in the 8th mile.
that was also a weird time in cars. 'Cause it was like,
What are you guys doing?
it was, the wives are over here.
We have a peanut gallery. They're coughing. They're laughing.
But that was a weird time in cars because it was like RX-8, they had just come off the like 3rd gen, revitalized the platform
They should have been
with a
RX-7.
non-turbo like 4-door,
Renaissance stupid
Sports
marketing
car.
program.
and then Nissan comes out of nowhere with 350Z, also non-turbo.
Also better.
But at the time,
Yeah.
everybody was like, "These are lame." They're like,
They were.
flaccid.
But I thought they were dope.
Of course you did.
I didn't know any
All you
better.
had to do was wait and get an Evo.
Being upset that Joe might buy the car. So yeah, that was a pretty cool car in certain aspects, but not in other aspects. It was really slow.
It needs a turbo.
It was like real slow. And then the Grady Turbo Kit came out, and it was still slow.
It only made like 280.
It
or
only
something
ran like
that.
4 pounds on it. Yeah, it was real slow.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 6, something like that.
And then I saw one Jig
What
Magic.
are you looking at?
Jig Magic. Oh my god.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. So does an FJ Cruiser, Nathan.
Yeah. I mean, we can put suicide doors on
Yeah,
anything.
we can suicide anything. Yeah.
My truck has suicide doors.
If you own an RX-8, you might want to utilize those doors. Just fall out of it.
I
It'd be
mean,
great.
wait. I just remembered. Not to keep hating on RX-8s, but
The only good one they made was the white one, or the purple.
not the-
Shiro. Was it Shiro?
No.
Shiro. What was it called?
Crap.
A 10 in the 8th mile. Oh, sorry, we're getting comments. Parker's Mercedes ran a 10 flat in the 8th mile.
That's ridiculous.
I wonder if the Delica could run 10 flat.
No, the Delica would run like a 15 in the 8th.
That's a good race against the X5.
10 flat in the 8th mile?
8th
You ran
mile.
8-2. No.
That's a terrible race.
Was it the Shinko?
The Shinka.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it. We apologize for our wives in the background. They're very disrespectful.
Devin loved the RX-8 in high school and wanted one so bad. Devin, I figure you having an engineering background, you would be like
Okay.
all about it in a technical
It did look
regard.
pretty dope,
It's a
especially a yellow one back
problem with remember the second gen RX-8 and it looked like it was smiling.
then. Yeah, well, Mazda made all their cars smile.
It was
Zoom,
like,
zoom, zoom.
Stop. Be a little sad. But no,
Did the Miata smile too?
it did. The
You know,
NC
when I went to buy the RX-8, well, I shouldn't say I. When my dad went to buy the RX-8, they had the Mazda Speed Miata next to it, and I was like, maybe I should just get that. But then it turns out those motors grenaded like even worse than I think the RX-8 motor did. when you
yeah,
upped the
and the parts are a lot less abundant.
boost. Yeah.
But what I was going to say about RX-8s is, do you guys remember Cash for Clunkers? When they would give you like trade-in deals and incentives
Yeah.
towards cars that used
Especially
too much
Hyundai
fuel?
and Kia.
Yeah, well, you know what was on the list? It mainly applied to like 15 to 20-year-old cars. The RX-8 was on there 1 year after it
course.
came out.
Dude, I'm not gonna. I mean, it was a missed attempt. I'm not gonna lie. It was a missed attempt.
I think it was fine. Wrong time.
I think
bad
it's a great time to buy one now.
It,
$3 grand. I mean, there's not. I don't know if there's a better car for $3 grand. Honestly,
I can think of a few.
but that's a good car for $3,000.
I can think of a few that are
Yeah.
better.
That's a little navigation.
E46 BMW.
Yeah, but it's not as modern.
No, listen, okay, hold on.
It had a better chassis.
Wait,
than
do you say
E46.
not moddable?
modern? It's
Oh.
modern.
It's a better driver's car.
I should have got an S2000.
Yeah. it should-
But see, they were giving away the RX-8, so I was like, I'll take one.
Hold on. If you were gonna buy a car for let's say $5 grand.
$5 grand?
You have $5 grand
No, that's the easy
to
one.
go out and buy a car.
That's the easy one. It'd be a 350Z.
Can you find one for $5 grand?
Yeah, I've drove one. There's one for like $4
Oh,
grand.
that's
right
right.
now.
That's right.
Drove one for $6 grand.
Where's Tony Crossman? $5 grand. 350Z's up there. E46.
That's a lot of
is
car
up
for
there.
$5
That-
grand.
Yeah, that is a lot of car.
That's way faster than E46.
You know what I saw for $5 grand the other day that you would have hated?
This is a
But
big one.
if I wasn't, if it was a Vigan, I would have been all about. Parker, get out of here! No more. No. No. I saw. You would have murdered me.
Was it a Beetle?
It was an F body
Oh.
LS Camaro Z28 with a manual
That's a good car
for
for $5.
$5,000.
That's a really good car.
You can't get a motor swap for that much. Like that's.
Yeah.
S2000s are great cars. I'm hunting for a white with red. That's a good color
that's a good one.
combo.
Stock condition. Nice choice. I had a 4,000 mile RSX Type S a few months ago
We should have modded it.
in gold.
We should have modded it.
And in stock form, it was terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
It was terrible.
You just didn't want to drive it because it had 4,000
No,
miles.
it
on
was
it.
actually not good.
It smelled like puke.
You can't go. from
Layla hates the
driving
Honda car
a-
smell. And I was like, that's just how it smells.
Go sit in a Volkswagen.
It also.
Go sit in a Mark IV Jetta.
See, I had an RSX for my first car, and it played Justin Timberlake on repeat. The album, Cry Me River, was it called? Cry Me River? That was a dope album in the day. Dope album.
I just. The RSX would have been fine
If we modded it.
if. Look, it just needed test pipe,
Needed a lot. Full length header,
Honda.
exhaust, a different color,
The color was good.
a new interior. It needed so many things.
No,
You know what? I'm
no,
done. It
was
needed too
good.
much.
It was a good car.
It had the beige on beige.
Yeah, it was desert
It
sand
had
metallic or whatever.
factory rubber wheel liners
Yeah, perfect.
and mud flaps
Perfect. That guy
and
went all
rubber
out.
and rubber floor mats.
Those were
Who does-
premium options.
And it had the spoiler sunroof visor, which is a horrible option. And he took the visor off and left the little the discoloration. I don't know what to call it. The shadow.
Have the bubble on the sunroof.
Oh, it's
You know when
horrible.
like a little kid gets like a little snot bubble?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like on top of the car. Just snot bubble.
I remember when my brother used to shop for cars back in that time. It was amazing. So we were just talking about when he test drove a TL Type S, which we'll get to.
That
But
would've
my
been a
brother is one of the reasons I got into cars because when I was like a little kid, he's like, "Read this car
He
magazine."
always had Hondas, didn't he? You had a Prelude.
He had a Prelude and a DX
Okay.
automatic Civic.
beautiful.
1997 car of the year, he bragged. And it was true. Car of the year.
By what magazine?
Every magazine. I don't know.
Mad Magazine?
All the magazines. So anyways, there's a really good race between him and a LeBaron we're going to get to.
LeBaron. Devin, if you're still in the chat, please tell me you can confirm that you owned a LeBaron.
LeBarons are the greatest cars of all time.
I'm pretty sure. Can you imagine being in high school with a LeBaron in Tampa?
Brian Post, you commented a while ago. S2K, super dope. I got a good story about Joe trying to buy one in the next few minutes. Anyways,
Yeah, we'll get to that story.
my brother,
We've got
he
plenty
has
of
plenty
stories.
of stories.
We have
Plenty of
10
stories.
years of dumb stories.
We got, this is just getting started.
This is
Anyways, my brother got me into cars, and if he wasn't a moron, he would have gotten a Pontiac Trans Am in the 80s, brand new, or 92, okay, in high school.
So that one that's almost like a third gen Camaro.
The dopest.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like a GTA.
Yeah,
He would have
yeah,
got that.
yeah.
I think it was actually called a Firehawk.
That was a
Yeah. Anyways,
crap.
he was a bad kid and got bad grades for a long time. Didn't take the trash out. A true story. So he got a Mazda B2200, brand new, which is still like, that wasn't that bad.
The truck.
Yeah, manual.
That's
like,
cool.
It was the hipster blue
It's a Ford Ranger.
with white wheels,
Oh, that's good.
which as a Radwood deal right now would be like pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that.
But even more cool is Y2K. Anyways, so Turbo LeBaron.
No, Devin had one. See?
GTC. Anyways,
Got it up to 120 on the bridge.
that sounds about right. So, anyways, so he had a B2200, and then he figured out that if he brought me along, like if I were to bring like a cute dog to the mall, like girls would talk to him.
You're the puppy.
So then eventually I went everywhere with Robbie because he figured it out. So I go to the mall, I tell girls they were pretty. I was 3 years old. This is what I did. So, like, he had a manual. I watched him drive it around, whatever. And then he told me about cars, like, handed me magazines. Like, 0 to 60 is, lower's better. This is the times, blah, blah, blah. And, like, he knew, like, he really liked 968, 928,
Yeah.
944. Like, a lot of the cars people don't like, he was really into. And that's probably the reason why I like a lot of the oddball stuff. 928 specifically, which people said was stupid
Oh, the best headlights.
about 10 years ago, and now guess what?
10
It's
years
amazing.
ago, they were saying that 10 months ago.
Guess what? It's amazing. And guess
Listen
what?
Here, you pure
Guess what?
elitist people.
996 owners, you're right.
We were right.
996 coming up. Anyways, so he taught me about cars, and we would go on test drives. Like we test drove a McCurr Turbo.
Oh, that's a cool car.
That's pretty cool.
That's a cool car.
All these weird cars. He's like, Blake, the McCurr Turbo. I'm like, what is the McCurr Turbo? So he drove that. Test drove WS6 Trans Am back in the day, brand new, automatic. And we would look at each other because he would make up a story to drive the car, and they would believe it, and they would be like, yes, because we get to drive it. And the salesman would not ride most of the time.
Oh, that's a good car.
Drove like a new GT Mustang in like 02, 03.
Okay.
And that seemed real fast.
Tell me
'cause
about
it
the
was
TL.
Real loud. I'm going to tell you about the TL. Drove an S2000, brand new, at Gary Smith.
Stupid.
And he read that you had to dump the clutch at like $8,000.
Yeah, because they have a valve.
So we did the U-turn on Miracle Strip, and then he pulled it to like $8,000 and just dropped it. Had probably 15 miles on it
Oh my
at
God.
best. And that was dope. And then we drove a TL Type S, like 04.
Oh, that's a good car.
You guys remember, those were actually really good cars.
Was that the K-motor one?
No, it was
The one
V6,
before it? So the
six-cylinder.
J32, I think.
Yeah, VTEC, like 260 horsepower, I think. That was actually a really fast car back then. And he drove it, and it had the like gray marble wood trim. And he asked the salesman, he said, "What is this, linoleum?"
I can see him saying that.
And then, because we were talking about a certain person with the Denali GMC, and it had the linoleum marble.
No.
Why was that ever a thing? You know, that kind of reminds me of is the new Performante Huracan has the forged carbon. Kind of looks like linoleum.
Performante Monte's overrated.
Anyways.
Get it out of here.
So anyways, yeah, we had a lot of good times. He had a Prelude, like a 01 black manual. And,
SH?
No SH. and my car was faster. My RSX was faster, barely, but he paid for his car and I didn't, so he wins. And so yeah, it was. We had a lot of good times.
Linoleum.
Yeah, linoleum. That's the one thing I remember, linoleum. And then he also, against my advice, bought a '99 Range Rover 4.0
No.
SE.
No.
SE.
No. Game over.
And the air suspension failed.
Of course.
The head gasket failed on
course.
day 2. Day 2, head gasket failed. When the air suspension
On
failed.
day 2?
Day 2. And he was like, "I'm buying this car. I don't care." So it failed on day 2, and then it did a Bucky Bronco with the air suspension failed into a tree on the harbor. The drive shaft fell out while he was driving.
Never buy that model Range Rover. Like, that is the worst time to ever buy a Range Rover. And you know what the kicker is? Even if you have the best 4.0 99 Range Rover on the planet, you have to spend $100 on freaking windshield wipers.
Didn't matter. He loved it. It was gold, and he loved Florida State, so it had a garnet and gold tag. Dope.
It's getting more awful by the second.
Dope. And then he would let me drive it when I was like 18 because they would be hammered, and I would be the designated driver.
Oh, there you go.
I'd take him club hopping in the Range Rover. And to hold the car at a stop, you took all your force of your leg to keep it stopped. Yeah.
What was the dopest SUV at that time?
I think that was, this was like 2004 or 5.
Oh, okay.
Probably like an X5 4.8.
So that was
IS.
after everybody started buying SUVs.
It was like an
Or
X5.
started making SUVs.
Yeah, it was like an X5
So I
or
think
a
it was like
Cayenne Turbo.
I think it was like 01
Yeah.
when like the Navigator came out, maybe 99. So you get an 05 manual sport track in Vermilion Red. There's
Nobody
Tony
cares
Crossing.
about SUTs. I'm just kidding. I got a story for those too.
There was that weird time where like luxury SUVs became a thing.
The Lincoln Blackwood.
Okay, the truck with the first gen Navigator front end.
With the wood planked bed.
Okay, did you know? Not only did it have a wood plank bed, but the doors were motorized on the back, so they went meh, and then open up. That was an option.
Did it have the motorized tonneau?
Because when you go to Home Depot to buy your whatever you buy in your Lincoln Blackwood,
The finest of materials.
it's too good
Pure
for you to
walnut.
touch the handle
Pure
to open
walnut.
the doors.
Cherry oak.
I want one of those trucks so bad.
It's actually horrible.
I don't care if it's horrible or not.
The Infiniti QX4 that drove down the stairs in the commercial. And the red carpet stairs.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
It's a great car. The rebadging exercises of manufacturers. It's fantastic.
I think that like Lincoln Blackwood's up there, first gen Navigator's up there.
Dude, that was, remember when the Escalade came out? Whole.
That's what I'm saying. You had the Escalade
Yeah.
and the first gen Navigator.
But
And it was like, what are these?
It was not. They weren't like changing the body styles a whole lot then. It was basically like Expedition or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Tahoe. But then when the 02 Escalade,
the one with the slanted headlights.
when they redid the body for the Escalade,
Yeah, yeah.
and it had that was pretty awesome actually.
I always liked the door design on the first gen Escalades.
Escalade Expedition Seascape. Is this like the Nautica edition, Tony?
Tony, I need you here. Like, I need to be able to like yell at you across
No.
the room
Absolutely no.
just for random dumb
care.
stuff. Listen, guys, I don't like horrible things.
He kind of likes horrible things.
Horrible things are horrible because they tried something new and they failed. I commend them on their
Correct.
innovation, like the 99 VR4.
We used to hate VR4s when I worked at the shop. They were transverse engine pieces of crap. They broke. They sucked. When I managed a sport tuner compact shop in Pensacola, we hated them.
Look,
And we
I think-
also made a lot of money rebuilding FD motors.
Of course you did. But like, I'm just saying, that those cars are freaking rad. I'm gonna look up this stupid. What is it, Tony?
Ooh, bring a trailer.
You-
There is a 1977 Porsche 928 in gold, Risky Business Edition, with the Pasha interior, which is the weird checker thing.
Hey, Blake, that's
Manual.
cool, but that's not Y2K.
I know, but it's dope. It is dope. Oh, 348 TS, 9,000.
Hey, you guys want to go and bring a trailer with us?
I think we should go and bring a trailer.
All right. Let me.
How many minutes have we done this for? Is it
45.
All right, we got about 20 more minutes.
What?
Okay, 15 minutes.
Why would we only do an hour?
Oh, the Zanardi edition. Oh my god.
We can do as much time as
Let's
we
just
want.
go and bring it. Just go to auctions.
I'm doing it right.
Just
Give
go
me
to
1
auctions.
second. Let me pull it
Okay,
in for
if
the
there's
viewers.
one thing you should do in life, it's go and bring a trailer.
Don't. It's an addiction.
And
It's a bad thing.
and just register to bid. And
Do
you can
not.
just bid the
Do
opening
not.
bid. Just bid the opening bid. If you
All right.
got wild, you could bid a higher bid and then like see if it sticks. What?
Let me get it in there.
It's
We're
called
going.
roulette bidding.
Match title. Otherwise,
Have you ever been to a high class auction and thrown out a number in the middle of the auction just to bid, and then you knew you wouldn't win?
can you guys see that on your end?
Producers, can you see this?
Or is it just a black screen?
Can you see a black screen? Sorry, we're trying to share Bring a Trailer
Yeah,
with
give
you
me
guys.
like 1 second, guys.
Oh, we got
Okay.
a black box. All right, we're trying to show Bring a Trailer, everybody.
Answer Devin's question while you're.
What is the question? Do I know Devin?
Is the new vet going to be any good or a ticking time bomb? Early reports sound pretty terrible. I see like one article a month,
Okay.
so I'm not nearly knowledgeable.
I'll let Joe give his opinion first on the new Corvette because he seems more intrigued about it than me. And I'm also going to eat a Crunch Bar.
All right, so the freaking. All right, so hold on. Guys, I'm trying to bring this in. So I think that
I bought 25 pounds of candy from Sam's for trick-or-treaters.
yeah, we need to reduce that.
We're losing weight as we speak.
Losing weight. I think sadly we're gonna have to pull this up in Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer?
Need you?
I haven't gone on that since 6th grade. That is Why2k approved.
Yeah, Blake still uses Firefox.
I do still use Firefox. Is there a new browser? Google Chrome?
Yeah, I only.
I don't know. I'll just stick with what I know. Hence
Okay.
Why2k approved vehicles.
Although Chrome's riddled with memory leaks, but what do I know? That is not Bring a Trailer. I'm also doing this on a monitor that's like 5 feet away from me.
Yeah. You guys like our promptu setup? We're going to be doing a new production from Half a Shed. You should really tune in for that. I have a 12 by 20 shed in the back of my yard, paint matched to my house, and it's real nice.
Not bad.
Got real high ceilings. You know the tiny house craze? Just come on over, and we'll get you tiny housed up for a mere $50,000. Are tiny houses the most overpriced assets currently in existence?
We're gonna black out for a second. I don't.
Sorry,
know.
this is a complete side,
I don't
not
know.
off topic. Half a Shed Productions, though. Coming soon. Is anyone looking to
Alright,
bring a trailer
So,
yet?
they can't see Bring a Trailer yet. However, we'll get on there. We'll talk about it, and then I'll figure out how to bring
Why
it.
are we not talented enough to put this into the screen?
Says the guy that doesn't even know how to plug in a printer.
Listen, I wore a shirt with a van on it. That's my claim. Okay.
I wore a shirt with Carly Rae Jepsen on it.
Call me maybe.
My opinion of the new vet. I think it's cool. Aftermarket's going to eat it up.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people are going to buy them. I can't pass judgment on the visuals until I see one in person. I think that the roof line is actually taller than it looked in pictures, which I don't like.
Okay. All respectable opinions.
I think it'll be fun to drive. I think anybody that says it's terrible.
Heath, hold on.
Hold on, wait.
People?
Wait, hold
This is too good. Heath says about tiny homes, people don't realize they're overpaid for a trailer getting half the space.
It's brilliant. All we have to do is go buy some modular homes in Crestview. Heath has a first week C8 allocation.
Is that what he was trying to tell me today?
Apparently.
He probably acted like he didn't know who he was calling, but he knew he was calling me.
Hey, Heath, you want to sell that car?
He knows it'd be the want to go fast, dopest car, as far as want to go fast goes. Yeah.
I think the car is going to be good.
Anyways, continue your thoughts.
I think the car is going to be good. I can't really judge anything until I drive it and see it.
Okay.
But it's not going to be slow.
Okay.
They dynoed it. It made like 550 or something.
But they didn't know what they were doing. It's a magazine.
What do you mean they didn't know what they were
They
doing?
admitted the numbers were all over the board. 630, 530.
No, did you not read the article?
Yeah.
They were
weren't
saying that
consistent.
what GM told them was not consistent
They
with
said
the
it
information that
isn't-
they were getting
Yeah.
based on the gear ratios. So they said that
Yeah, they couldn't find the 1-to-1.
sixth or fifth was 1-to-1,
Mm-hmm.
and then they broke down the gear ratios. However, those dyno numbers were spot on. I think that car is going to be fast. The problem
Okay.
is, we live in Destin, where once a car catches on, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So I'm going to see 50 of them in the first week.
Yeah.
But
Here's the problem with every
the
new
car's going to be good.
every new Corvette that comes out. Okay. I'm like, dang, this thing looks pretty good. Oh, it's really fast for the price. And then after a couple weeks, because when the C7 came out, I was like, Joe, did you see a C7?
C7 looks
and I was like, I
good.
saw a green one. I was like,
Yeah.
it looks really good.
Yeah.
And I still think C7's a good looking car.
Yeah.
But I just don't personally like having a car that like everybody and their mom and dad has. That's my
Sure.
only real
and,
issue.
And that aside, because that's all subjective,
Yeah.
I think the car is going to be good. The problem,
I'm going to
that
give a
car's
good
gonna-
comparison.
that car is going to be the best bang for the buck you can get for at least a year.
Yeah. I'm going to give a good, my internal opinion, okay, is that it has all of the specifications and qualifications of a supercar, right?
Yes.
Like, if you're on paper, you're like mid-engine,
Yeah.
V8,
They
like
checked all the
naturally
boxes.
aspirated, dual-clutch gearbox, et cetera, 0 to 60 in, 2.8 seconds, I think I saw,
like
which
that,
is,
yeah.
like, extremely fast.
Fast. It's almost GTR territory.
Which is kind of, what's kind of disappointing is like I hear 0 to 60 numbers, and I just don't care anymore because they're all fast.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of like, you remember Megan Racing?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This is a bad comparison.
Oh, it's a good comparison.
No, this is a bad comparison.
So,
I
like,
disagree with this.
They give you
comparison
all the
wholeheartedly.
functionality of an amazing coilover system for half the price, which
Yeah.
was good.
Sure.
And they're better now.
Sure.
But I think, and I've saw Matt
You need a French
Farah's
bar.
review. If you want to go on Smoking Tire, feel free to review it.
Or don't.
Or just do, because he's the only one that's reviewed it so far, like on YouTube. And he was really excited about it. And then after he drove it for a while, he was like, it was kind of lacking in certain areas. And the one thing I noticed on the drive was like the motor did not sound good anymore because
Need
it's
to hear it.
behind the firewall of the rear.
Need to hear it in person, I think.
Like, it sounded like he was shifting at like 3,000 RPMs, but he was going all the way to red line, which he may or may not have been doing. But I think it's a good car. I don't think it's going to be a Ferrari, but I think it's going to be like a really good car for 80 grand. Like,
I
probably
think-
the best car you can buy for 80 grand.
I think if you drove a C8 and you drove a 458, all superficial stuff aside,
I think there's intangible things.
if you think about both of those cars and you put craftsmanship of interior stuff and whatever, and you just driving experience, I bet they're 1-to-1.
I think that the Ferrari I think there's some intangible things about like that car that are probably better than the Corvette. Like the sound of the engine on the 458, I would argue has got to be better.
I know. I'm crunching for all of you people.
I would argue that the high revving flat plane crank superior. Okay, even though it's slower, but the experience I would argue in the Ferrari is gonna be better. That's what I would argue. But I think the Corvette is a huge the fact that they put an engine motor in a car for that price is incredible. Like, it's amazing.
MR2,
Yeah.
MRS.
Yeah, but those were all amazing cars. Anytime you put the motor there, it's a good car.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they were all
9
cheaper.
times out of 10. Yeah, they were, but they didn't have a V8.
That's true.
But I mean, all they did was, GTM and SLC. I mean, those are all mid-engine LS cars. So, finally they got to where they could replicate that in a production vehicle. So, I think it's going to be a good car. It's not a car I want, but it's a good car.
I want to
Put
drive
it that way.
I
do need to drive it.
I want to know, for like personal interest, like, is it as good as everybody?
I think
hyped
like
it to
the
be?
interior looks pretty cool.
I do like the interior. It looks like a Supra.
I think I drove a Supra too.
Well, I think that I think the interior looks like a Mark IV. Supra.
Old Supra.
Yeah.
But there's a long line of buttons, like 20 buttons.
You could like grab that
And
handle and just run
But
your
it's
thumb
like
down.
only something GM would do. Like if you look at like a C, you know what it reminds me of? C4 1984. This is what a C8 is now. Like I think in 20 years we're gonna look back and be like, what in the hell?
I don't think we are.
I think it's gonna be rad in 20 years. Or Y2K approved in 20 years. That's what I would say.
I think that like
You know that interior's not gonna age well. Like an iPad.
why do I need 6 seat options for a Corvette? I don't need competition. Competition R. Sport. Sport Plus. Sport Comfort. Comfort Racing.
Well, we can get into all the stupid buttons of all the cars in a second. This is
I'm not even
another
talking about
reason
that.
why we have
I'm
these
not
cars
talking
here.
about that. I'm talking about literally you can
give you
buy
a Corvette.
6 different seats
I
for
know.
that stupid car.
I know.
Heath, which seats did you get? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, you
I
know,
think that
people who
car's
are worried about resale worry about seats. Okay. Like Porsche buckets in a GT3, which are not comfortable.
Of course they're not.
18 ways, much better. Have you ever got to get in and out? Oh, he only bought. He had the option. He also drive and load it.
Now
Montana
we're talking.
LLCs. Yeah, oh boy.
Heath, good move.
Smart.
Upside for days.
Smart.
Good move.
Proved.
I don't know. Car's gonna be fine.
I think it's going to be a good car. I can't wait to see him want to go fast. GT2 because comp would be harder. Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree.
makes sense.
I agree, Heath. The bucket seats are
Suede center. There you
a
go.
tough sell. At least for me. I'm not buying to park it, so. But I think it's a big car. We'll see it want to go fast. That's all I can say. How fast will it be? I don't know. I'm sure Ron's going to get his little magic hands on it. It's going to be real fast.
Ron's gonna have the elves working overnight.
We're going to have a 200 mile an hour C8 before we know it. So, anyways, back to Y2K cars.
All I can think about right now is RJ DeVera's
RJ.
MRS.
Yes. RJ Tavares, yeah.
Thanks, Devin.
MRS,
You should buy one.
fantastic. Yellow, wide body. Was it turbo or supercharged?
Yellow, veil side. I think it
I've
was
got the DVD
supercharged.
in my office right now that Layla bought for me. That's a 3-pack deal. And it's got the Dotto M3. The Dotto, what was it called? Dottos? What was it?
Dottos, yeah.
Dottos. E36 M3 that used to beat Supras.
That car was nuts. It was like
It was nuts.
S52, right?
Yep, turbo.
Yeah, giant turbo. They did donuts in front of like
The White
Capitol
House.
building. Yeah, like,
Would Donald Trump allow that these days?
probably not. We're gonna go there. Man, there were so many like, because there was no YouTube.
Me and Joe have been talking about like how dope the rallies were back then.
Mischief was awesome.
Techademics.
Yeah.
And Mischief Techademics? What was
Techademics
the
put
leading
out
name?
Mischief.
Okay.
Techademics put out the Mischief series.
Those
of
were some true rebels
videos.
back then. True rebels.
They,
A lot of 996 turbos and 360 Modinas.
not to like throw a plug out there, but like that Vin Wiki about them in Virginia or whatever, nuts.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean that was. The cars were so cool then too, because it was like.
Yeah, they were.
Devin, I think that's a very reasonable dream.
You know what
car.
I think also? I think the cars in that era, like in the 90s, 2000s, I think they feel as fast as the new ones because like it was not as refined.
I think they feel faster because you're coming
Yeah.
from. There were less systems and less like computers to compensate for things.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you could literally put, I mean, I'm being serious. Like I could put just anyone in that. Like I drove that 720
yeah,
this weekend. You put anyone in that car and they'll do 176. Anyone.
absolutely.
You
just
floor
mash
it.
the
You
pedal.
just floor it.
Like, put your foot through the floor, you're good.
Yeah.
You put somebody in like, I don't know, 996 turbo, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Manual.
use that as an example. And you rip through the gears in that thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be smiling ear to ear. It's going to feel fast. And you might only do what, like
135?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a half mile. I mean, we don't need to talk about the half mile too much. But even 0 to like 110 feels fast. you
Yeah,
know?
that's like moving.
And it's fun. 'Cause you're like, you have to watch things, got to shift at the right time. And like a lot of the new manual cars, it's like training wheels.
It's like
It blips the throttle, like you flat foot shift it. Like, why would I buy a manual if it's going to do all the driving for me?
one of the newest cars I drove was probably that AMG GT that we had in Naples.
Yeah, but you liked that car.
And that car I liked, but it really did do all of that for you.
It did.
And it's like, well,
At that point, you might as well be playing
I'm really
Gran
gonna drive.
Turismo.
Put me in my freaking E46. Like,
Yeah, with the supermotor that Joe's working on.
I
Joe's
need to
building an
finish that
E46 with a super engine. 2JC.
so I have a 2J.
He does.
With a GT35R.
Yep.
And everything to put it into an E46
He
today.
does. But he has a bar, so he has to run that first. What is this? My R32 makes 300. It's fun, but definitely not fast.
300 is a great number.
It's a great number.
That 3 to 4. That's like prime time. You can have fun anywhere. You don't.
Agreed.
But yeah, I'm building an E46 with the 2J, shooting for about 650 right off the bat, just because.
We got to beat a Viper. Certain Viper.
Not only do I have to beat a Viper, I might buy a Borg Warner like S366 and just make 850.
Yeah.
Just to
That's right.
tap the gas and go.
I support this vehicle.
I mean,
1,000,000%. So yeah, that's why I like these air vehicles, because they don't have to be crazy fast. Like 600 was a lot back then. Okay, like McLaren F1 was like 627,
Something like that.
627 did 240. A lot of weight savings, a lot of incredible things, and you really drove the car. And it's just really easy now. How many housewives drove Diablos? How many? 0, 3? I don't know.
probably a
But
handful.
not many. And I guarantee you, a lot of YouTubers would not be driving any of these vehicles because it would be too hard and too much to deal with to have these things every day.
That's so true.
You won't go drive your Diablo and vlog yourself. That's why, like, I did the McDonald's video. I think a lot of people did it, like, think I did it because I wanted to be a ding-dong YouTuber. But I really did it just because I wanted to make fun of the people doing it in Huracans. Because it's so much harder to do it. That car was, like, getting hot. Like, it's not a Huracan. It's an Audi, basically.
Do you know how much like or how little work that goes into going out, buying like a GT3 and driving it around town?
0.
None.
0 work.
Literally none.
0 work.
You know what it's like to drive that around town?
Hard. Especially without air conditioning.
Cars are too easy.
They're too easy now. So I like cars. I like to drive cars. I like the way they look, and I like the way they drive.
Heath, that is a very good point. My 2J does need a T51 R modded.
Yeah.
But that's too small. I need a big turbo. Also, Sam just said it in the chat on Facebook. If you guys are on Twitch at all, follow us at Y2k TV on Twitch, and then also on YouTube at Y2k. If you want a quick way to get there, just go to y2k.tv in your web browser. Take you straight to the YouTube channel.
And we now have 307 subscribe hairs.
We need to make it 3,000 and
3,000 subscribers? Yeah, that'd be good. 3,000. People keep subscribing and want to go fast, but, you know.
That's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
We don't put out a lot of YouTube content on Want to Go Fast. More just event videos for people who paid to
The coolest
come and
people
race.
are obviously on Y2K.
The dopest of all time. I love all my people that I've done business with, obviously, and they're all great people. And the Want to Go Fast people, I didn't realize how many like Y2K cars we had in the first years of Want to Go Fast.
There's so many.
It's kind of funny to look
when you
back.
go back to that first Caravelle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
That's right. There's a lot of Y2K cars. So before we end the podcast,
We're gonna rapid fire some trivia.
We're gonna rapid fire some trivia that I got at the bookstore.
Which bookstore?
It was in Rosemary.
Oh, okay.
The Bell Book and Candle. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
This is Hallmark approved.
Hallmark. How many people's wives watch Hallmark Channel?
I have a $5 subscription a month to Hallmark.
Oh
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I didn't even
What?
sign up for it. She did it. She did it.
Huh.
I just get the bill. I get the bill. That's what I do.
That's fine. Whatever.
Anyways, so we're going to end with some trivia. It's Y2K approved trivia. It's not. I thought it was 90s car trivia. Oh, it's just car buff. Sorry. Okay, well, there's a lot of Y2K questions
Carbuff
in
trivia. Here we go.
here. All right.
We're
We're going to
the
do
audience, or are
5
you asking
questions
me?
each. We're asking you, and then you're going to ask me.
Oh, here we go.
In Back to the Future,
Okay.
what was the nuclear reactor on the DeLorean made from? I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Okay.
A water pump motor.
Okay.
B, a hubcap.
It's Mr. Coffee.
C, a washing machine drum. D, an engine filter. In Back to the Future, what was the nuclear reactor on the DeLorean made from?
What were the first two options?
A water pump motor. B, a hubcap. C, a washing machine drum. Or D, an engine
I
filter.
think it's a washing machine drum.
Well, it's a hubcap.
Dang it!
Is it the highlighted one, babe?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this is bad.
Why do they have one that's not highlighted but like circle?
50-50.
Okay. Okay, Joe.
This is bad. This is bad.
What does a yellow and red striped flag mean in Formula 1?
I know.
Shh, you're not allowed to answer.
I don't know.
A slower car ahead. B, a damaged car. C, slippery track. D, hazard on track.
Hazard on track.
Slippery track. Sorry, you're wrong.
I don't know anything about Formula 1.
I said C.
I don't need your help. I don't want your help.
How many gears do Tesla cars have? A, 6. B, 1. C, 8. D, 3.
1.
You got that one right.
CVT, right?
Just one gear. It's electric.
This is stupid. It's not carb up.
In what city does the classic car race Mille Miglia begin and end? A, Bergamo. B, Ravenna. C, Brescia. Or D, Genoa.
D.
Oh, C, Brescia.
Stupid. Watch. All these are gonna be easy questions.
Okay.
This
This
is
is
not
number.
Carbo
Is this number
trivia.
5 or number 4?
That's already 5.
Huh?
This is.
This is 5.
five.
Okay,
This is five.
I'm gonna help you out.
Nate's
on
keeping
number.
score.
I'm skipping a question to help Joe out. Which manufacturer released a car called the Brat in 1978?
Subaru.
Good job.
Come on.
All right, my turn.
Give me these freaking cards.
Everyone keep score on that. I helped Joe out on the last one. 2 to 3.
Yep, we're not doing that one.
What? Are you making this hard or
You
easy?
literally planted these.
I mixed them up myself.
You obviously mix these up yourself.
You just got it from the box, Joe.
I just mixed them around.
What does the R stand for in the Picani's Zonda R?
Okay, multiple choice.
Is it A, Radicali,
Okay.
B, Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
C, Racing, or D, Rebellion?
Radical.
Eh.
Damn it.
What was it?
What was it?
It was Revolution.
Oh, there's no revolution in a Zonda. Just a Mercedes V12.
Exactly.
I had that in my S600, for God's sakes.
One of the questions about the Cars movie.
Oh, Lord.
What does
What?
what does the drosometer measure?
Drosometer?
DROSO meter.
Okay.
A, humidity,
Mm-hmm.
B, tire tread, C, dew,
Mm-hmm.
or D, fuel temperature.
Fuel.
It's
Tire?
dew.
Was it dew? It's dew?
Measures dew.
Layla didn't know that.
I did. I've read all these.
Oh, come on. You can't read them all.
In 2016, the largest ever parade of pickup trucks at the Nürburgring featured how many vehicles?
Pickup trucks.
A,
Oh, my God.
1,052,
I'm not
B,
Y2K approved anymore.
1452, C, 1652, or D, 1152.
14.
Wrong. It was D, 1152.
That was my second choice.
This is actually a really good question. I like this question.
Blake 03. Thank you for keeping up.
Which car manufacturer introduced the first electric sunroof?
Jesus Christ.
Is it A, Cadillac,
Probably General Motors.
B, Mercedes, C, Ford, or D, Toyota?
Electric Sun. I'm going to go out on a huge limb. I'm going to say Cadillac.
You're right.
Wow.
He got one.
Cadillac inspired by innovation.
I'm not going to ask you that because that's dumb. You want a gimme question?
Sure.
No, you don't get one.
I gave you a gimme.
You got one right.
I've only got 4.
In which country can you drive to the summit of Biokovo?
What? No.
I'm not.
I gave you an easy.
I'm not.
Biokovo.
I'm gonna ask this, but this isn't his question. This is just a.
Oh, everyone's going to keep score.
Who won the Indianapolis 500 in 2018? A. Rossi. B. Tony Kanaan. C. Takuma Sato. Or D. Will Power.
2018?
Yeah.
Repeat it again.
Who won
I don't need to know the question. Just
Rossi, Kanaan, Sato, or Power?
Kanaan.
It was Will Power.
Damn it!
That was a you question.
It was a me question. I know Sato
Right,
won this
you
year.
lost
Right?
that fair and square.
All right.
All right.
I lose.
But the question, this is interesting fact.
Yeah.
In which year did Cadillac produce its millionth car?
Okay.
1949.
Really?
That's insane.
They've been successful before the word success was even invented.
Exactly.
Incredible. Well,
Oh, looks like I won.
Joe won. He's also a trivia champion, by the way.
No, you didn't.
So that's where we're going to end this. It's been real. It's our dry
So what do you
run.
guys think? This is episode 1.
Tell us if you thought it was absolutely horrible.
Of course it was horrible.
Tell us if you thought
But
it
you
was
know what it's
absolutely
not as horrible as?
What?
The Hummer H2. All right. And to pick a Y2K car like off the cuff.
And yellow. The glorified Yukon, as everybody realizes. So we had a great time chatting with everyone on the multiple varieties of social media that have been broadcasted.
Absolutely.
Twitch, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, like I
Something
said,
else.
if you're on Twitch, give us a sub
Yeah.
or like on Y2K TV. That's on Twitch.
Yeah.
Or Y2K.TV will take you straight to our YouTube channel where you can watch Blake do some dumb stuff with cars.
Drive cars, yes.
You get to follow along as the Diablo gets repaired.
For
It's actually pretty interesting.
it is interesting.
Devin
it's
says
not-
he's never had more
and
fun on a Monday.
It's not as expensive as people would think.
It's surprising.
I'm going to save that for the next podcast. How much it's going to cost to fix the Diablo. I'm going to itemize it all with labor. Okay. Give the exact breakdown. Because I think that's something people should know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you probably think it's like 30 grand, and it's really not. You have
It's-
to be smart. Okay. Buy
Yeah.
things for the right price.
Yeah.
And find a good mechanic that is willing to work with you.
Exactly.
Good.
He says it didn't suck, so good job.
That's good. Thanks, Keith.
And like I said, Devin said he's never had more fun on a Monday.
Do I know Devin?
I don't think you've met Devin.
I've never met Devin.
He's a buddy
Devin,
of
I
mine.
look forward to meeting you at trade night.
Devin needs to. Devin lives in Tampa. It was dope. Good cast.
Wait, Devin lives in
Thanks,
Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty dope.
Devin sells video games.
I like Clearwater.
Clearwater's neat.
It's like Destin, but not as good.
I can't disagree.
Just kidding. Because Destin is the best. I also sell real estate in Destin and 38 areas.
Oh, here we go. If
And
anybody
I'm-
wants to buy a
yeah.
house,
If you want to buy a house, don't call me.
don't call me and I'll put you in
Call
contact.
Joe, and then he'll call me. And why do people ask for business cards anymore? Anyways, that's an old
That's
thing.
another topic for another day.
So we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, so if you guys would like to see this every week, we can definitely do that. Next time we won't be at a kitchen counter.
We'll be at Half a Shed Productions.
Half a Shed Tiny
And
Home Productions.
We will tell you why you're overpaying for your tiny homes once we're in our Half a Shed.
We'll give. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will have a table. that clamps to a microphone.
Real quick, we tried to buy a table tonight. It was bad. No one sold tables. Kenna's business cards are incredible. But yeah, we will continue to do this once a week if we're not busy. We'll talk about some more stuff. It'll be a little bit more fun.
Would it be better if we had British accents?
I don't even know if I can do a British accent.
I don't know. I feel like anything I listen to in a British accent is automatically better than anything I would say.
Is that a preconceived notion of the world?
I don't know. They sound more professional. Yeah.
No one is more professional than we are.
No.
But yeah, everybody, have a good week.
Yep.
We will. I guess we should do this Mondays.
Mondays? I can do Mondays.
So
Gotta get the shed ready.
Yeah, we'll do Mondays, and you can catch us live on Mondays. We will change it up, follow the social media to catch an actual schedule.
Correct.
And then after the fact, we will probably have the audio up on iTunes or the like.
I think by the next one, we should have the Diablo in the garage with the straight pipes.
Maybe we can get an audio clip.
Are we able to walk the webcam over to it?
I can make something work.
Okay.
We'll figure something out.
That would be dope. I don't know how loud it's going to be.
It's going to be loud.
But I'm kind of concerned at this point. I remember when I deleted the mufflers off the 996 and it was really loud. So
a little too late now.
Yeah, a little too late. All right,
guys. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the pages.
That's right.
Share it with your friends. We had fun. Hope you had fun. We will catch you guys next